Well, here's the funny thing. I released this video and I realized that confidence mastery is so much more broad. Hopefully, we're gonna find a new name, a more advanced idea behind confidence, because there's so much more to it. What you say to yourself matters. The story you tell to yourself matters, but most importantly, you can always kick your own ass. Again, I'm laying in bed and I'm technically suffering from 2000% stress. I still kicked my ass. You know, I could have just said to myself, excuses, 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 excuse me, I will continue sleeping. But the other side of me says very opposite things, you know. That the house is burning. If you don't actually work for 5 minutes today, the house will burn. Whatever that means. Let it burn. But you're the only hope of humanity. You're the best person in the universe. What are you talking about? You can't let things just happen, okay? The things that happen, they're fucking garbage. Do your motherfucking 5 minutes, and maybe you'll escape some terrible consequences, like, being in a room. Well, most importantly, I say to myself, I can do better, and usually that gets me going if I can do better. Also, the most interesting thing to say to yourself, you can rest later. You can rest when you're actually tired. And you're not tired when you can make excuses. That's fucking stupid. You're tired when you can't do anything but go to sleep. When you are in bed and you're making excuses, man, you just woke up, you piece of shit. It's time for action. Okay? When you're tired, you have your eyes closed and your brain turned off. That's what happens when you're tired. Another thing I wanted to inject into Max Stats episode, it hit me when another person was like, I can't go to sleep. And it's like, yes, I need Koreans to say that they cannot go to sleep. That's exactly what I want. I don't think I saved that video. I didn't, but it's so unforgettable to me. Like, people wanting to go to sleep is relatable, and I like fighting for this to happen. I want people to go to sleep, but at the same time, no. Not yet. You're not ready yet, my friends.
What must I do, Master Yoda?
Train yourself to let go of everything you fear to lose.
I don't know what that means, but it's a vibe. Yep, max stats continues because getting one Super Saiyan moment doesn't mean that I can actually sustain it. I just really wanted one in a particular moment, but I still have to control certain aspects of myself, one of which is how I speak to myself, how I push myself forward, how I give myself no other choices because my identity is set in stone. If I don't push my identity forward, what is the point? Right? I'm not here to people please. I'm not here to save them. They're rolling down a hill. I can't save all of them, unfortunately. I can't save them in time. I will just have to spectate and take responsibility that I knew. I knew what was about to happen, and it's okay. Because, like I see the card game universe, I see the Minecraft universe. Some of it is good and some of it is horrible. Like the future doesn't appear whatsoever. It's in my hands. I hold the future of card games, I hold the future of Minecraft. I mean, I just have it. the amount of work that I will put in determines how close is the future and how everything plays out. Like, there's so much responsibility. Even like the fate of YouTube Rewind is in my hands. Except, well, YouTube Rewind is gonna work out when it does. All right, I can't force it necessarily, but it's still like depends on how much work I put in, right? Even if it's a 10% boost of morality, everything matters, everything stacks, everything can extend. Basically, our friendship, even if our friendship is doomed to fall apart, is going to boost mood for those who are part of this. I mean, Mr. Beast knows this thing as well. He has nothing else going on in his head, but I don't think he sees himself as like the future. He already knows that he's responsible for all the things. It's just obviously the story is never going to reflect reality. The story is going to be a little bit in your heads. You're the only one perceiving where things are going. No one else cares. But that's what makes you better, what makes you different. You can pull yourself up and at least try. Even just the skill of trying to push yourself. If you fall apart, you fall apart. If you do nothing but make another YouTube video, sure, cool, I guess. But I know I have to do it. I know it boosts my awareness. At least it's a good thing. Better than sleeping. That one sucks. If you just give in into just resting, sleeping, and never accomplishing anything, you're telling to yourself very weird things, you know? You're building a weird-ass story. So yeah, I have enormous amount of confidence answering how to go to sleep. I have tons of confidence about this. The number one thing on your list is unfortunately a corn. No, not food. Yes, your internet history. Thank you very much. You'll figure it out. As long as it doesn't last 2 billion years and you have set it up to work fast and furious, okay? Then corn is the best. I swear to God, people are complaining about, oh my God, I lose energy when I do corn. And it's like, yeah, it works. It's perfect. It's almost literally a way to tell your body, to force your body to go to sleep. It's unbelievably efficient, okay? Second on the list is do something as boring as watch a movie. Alright? Even if you are like semi-tired but not quite there yet, just waste time. The best way to waste time is watch a movie. Now, I personally prefer to know at least one actor from that movie in order to watch it, and there's tons of movies to watch. It's like endless amount. I actually checked K-pop Demon Hunters. I will have some thoughts on that. I only checked half of it because I still don't find a way to, you know, stream those movies. Very expensive to my pirate skills. Yeah, it's probably important to just fucking create a pirate station for movies. Or, because even if I download the movie into my PC, that doesn't mean that I will be able to watch the movie, because fuck that. It's on my PC. It's not convenient enough. So I don't know, you have to set things up to where it's convenient to watch a movie. Is the same thing. Without convenience, it's not even gonna work. Third thing is food. Or you can eat food before you go to sleep. But while you're eating food, you're still gonna be like scrolling social media. I don't know. Right? Still takes time. All of these can be combined together. No problem. Number 4, exercise. Again, most people, they're gonna tell you, you can't do this and you can't do this before sleep, and it's like, what the dude is trying to go to sleep. Most of the time, people try to do that. What kind of universe do you live in where people don't try to go to sleep? What is wrong with you? So people will even say don't exercise before sleep, and it's like, when do you exercise? When you wake up? Are you fucking that stupid? Waking up is the exercise. Don't push yourself too hard, you know? You literally go to sleep after exhausting your energy. That's the whole point. So it's confusing what is out there. People are spitting fucking garbage. Of course, it's logical to do this and go to sleep. Is there a fifth element? Yes, there is. Yes, there is. We are very confident on this one. The cold. All right. Open window. Make sure everything is cold in your room. If it's hot, then I'm sorry, bro. You're cooked. Nothing will work. No matter how many of these ingredients you put onto the plate, without cold, you just lose the game of going to sleep. Sleep is gonna hit you with a brick instead. You know, you'll have to wait for the brick and Morty episode. I believe that is all. You can obviously just do activity, you know, activity. That's it. And so on. Do people need advice? Absolutely, they need advice. Does advice appear in a convenient fashion? No, lies do. All right? So I don't mind if you share this. I do mind if you lie who created this advice for you. So yeah, with confidence, you have to break through walls, through 2 walls. Just like I've said, you're living life. You're pushing yourself to live more life. Beyond life, there is work. Beyond work, why would you think there's something beyond work? Why would you think you would even be able to do it? You know? Whatever is beyond work. Like, I don't know, more work? Double the amount of work? It is hard enough to just say to yourself that you have to live life. You have to wake up or do something faster. Because there's so much life you're missing if you're not in a hurry to do more important things. Another thing is like, let me tell you this, people not gonna like it, but it's like, doesn't matter. Your teeth will fall apart. Some of them. Some of the weak ones, at least in my case, the weak ones are falling apart. These guys over there, they're in war with each other. I don't know what's going on. But I realized like 90% of the time it's exercise that keeps them intact, that keeps them rejuvenated. Only 10% of the time you are allowed to clean them at all with like a solution. So I do the milk, the oil, the salt, just basic ingredients I have prepared, and they work. They make me feel better. Like, even if you're running, you will feel like something is coming down your teeth. You clench your teeth. Something is in there, coming out. And then there's the body collapse idea that your body is constantly collapsing and all you have to do is just stretch it back into place. Meaning that, again, we're leaning towards more exercise and not relying on cleaning so much. Of like, oh, no bacteria. You just made that shit up, dude. No, I do believe in pH levels in the mouth. That's cool, but exercise also raises the pH level, so what do you say about that? You know? Exercise reduces stress, it increases your ability to regenerate. Crazy. Never been done before. I forgot there's something that comes with this that matters. First of all, if you live more life, you will exercise by accident. Oh yeah, it comes with fucking hair. Alright? So if you exercise by accident and you can do it multitaskingly, you cannot shower yourself multitaskingly, unfortunately. Unless you really fucking jump, you literally make it into a workstation to go shower. If it's easy for you, fuck yeah, dude. I have no problems. Again, I live in like colder environment, so showering is not exactly a necessity. I don't socialize, it's not a necessity. No big deal. Stuff like this becomes a time saver. Like, I don't have to worry about it. Hair in general, like, everyone around me started discovering of like, well, you don't actually need to shower your hair. But it's greasy, and it's like, it's greasy for some amount of time. It's still greasy. I still don't know what to do with it. But it doesn't bother me anymore. If you are bothered by something, of course it's gonna fucking annoy you because you allow yourself to be bothered by it. You allow this thing to drain your confidence. Remember, confidence? Isn't that something we're talking about right now? So confidence is not about fucking whitening your teeth to insane degrees. Confidence is not washing your hair to insane degree. Confidence is saving time and letting go. Letting go what is not necessary. You think I will become successful by washing my hair? That's going to make me more successful? Someone's going to bump into me of like, wow, you washed it hair this weekend. I know all about it. I'm very impressed. Never will happen. In fact, it's gonna be more likely to happen when someone fucking like, why are you having greasy hair? And I just beat up some dude because of it, you know? And it's like, wow. In the court of law, we find you guilty. You go there and there for this amount of time, and I would cry. And that's way better. That's way better than fucking washing hair. No, it's more likely that people will pay attention, and I can monetize the attention to some extent. Because another aspect of confidence is convincing yourself that this is the truth, this is the better way, that no one else can say nothing. Or in fact, no one else's opinions even fucking matter. This is the first few layers of shit that they will have to walk through. Their opinions will have to breach your defenses. Just like I ban people now without fucking care in the world. Alright? I say no to haters because I know that's all they can do, and I'm just so not impressed at this point. I look at this as just noise, and you get banned instantly. Like, the drama just invokes the same fucking reaction every single time. You know, oh, They don't like my video. What am I gonna do? They see the exact same thing that they can say about everything, of like, how dare the algorithm give me this shitty video? You know, why would YouTube do this? This video is absolutely nothing. Just basically lie and lie and lie and lie, and you have to fucking ban them all because none of this fucking matters. You have to block them all, ignore them all, and just learn that an average human being can fucking say shit that matters whatsoever. An average human being is completely useless. Or in other words, can't speak even if they try, even if they feel like they have to speak during the drama. All they can do is just deny and move on with their life. And it's like, man, these people are crazy. These are crazy people. And they're everywhere. You know, capitalism is about privacy, but man, I realize that most people are fucking trash. And I don't want to be around them. But that still doesn't force me exactly to just earn dollar bills and become a billionaire. It definitely forces me to double think if when I want to help anyone. This is just confidence that you will only be able to generate through experience. If you post something controversial, you see how people react, you will understand what I'm talking about. That they give you zero commentary, they just deny, deny, deny. They go after your esteem. They insult you and your efforts. They go through a shortcut of how much maximum damage they can deal to you. They don't even think about doing anything else, anything substantial. This should tell you that, alright, they don't want to be moral human beings with their mouths open. You don't have to help them in any way. By any means, you don't have to people please. You know, you gain confidence when you see assholes everywhere. It's just, that's it. You wake up to the reality that no one deserves to tell you what to do. Now, it should potentially be a mathematical thing, just like flipping a coin. In most situations, when you speak your mind, things should go both ways. You gain the same amount of likes as dislikes and whatnot, right? Same goes with the opinions. Same amount of support as disapproval, right? But when something leans towards just too much of one thing or the other thing, then you know it's fake. I would say it's exhausting to praise and give compliments to a person. It doesn't happen very often, but it seems to happen to celebrities all the time. So it's fake. People are just desperate to get their compliment through something that doesn't matter, but they try to make it matter because that's the only thing they can give to a celebrity, but it's still going to be a hard amount of work for no fucking rewards. People are still that stupid. So you see both sides of people being stupid when they give compliments to fucking imaginary creatures, parasocial relationships. They try to boost that. And when someone approaches them directly and tries to interact with them, they fucking cocoon themselves into privacy and deny your existence. This behavior is so fucking antisocial, so disgusting. It should wake you up into a higher level of confidence that most people just do everything wrong. And so if most people are doing wrong things 90% of the time, you can imagine that their experts are just exploitators. They do wrong things 30% of the time. You can imagine that anyone who speaks on topics on YouTube are somewhere in between being experts and just regular people. So it's like you can't trust anyone. confidence is necessary for you to now trust yourself, to push yourself harder. Just everything comes together when the society's falling apart and cannot be trusted. You have to push yourself, because then you realize whatever you do matters more than anyone else's actions. You can be trusted, but the other people not so much. Now, again, you go a level above that, you have established experts who know what they're doing, they can produce a product, and it goes on and on. And usually you still can't beat the real inventors, the real craftsmen of the world. They only appear in your life through items. You can purchase their goods. They're being mass produced in factories. They know what they're doing because it sells very well. They're there. You know, you have your phone. You can trust your phone. You can't trust a human being. You can trust a phone. Phone is smart. Smartphone. Okay, you can trust your phone. But for fuck's sake, don't waste your confidence on other human beings. You literally can't wait them to do anything good. So potentially confidence can be wasted if you just make terrible mistakes. Trusting other people right now in the world of individuals would be a mistake, would completely collapse your confidence, because other people just literally want to fucking steal it from you. If you have loose confidence, people just gonna deny you and all of a sudden, I don't know, claim your confidence. But if you know your self-worth and you block these motherfuckers, then they don't have any impact. And you know that most of the people will try the same thing. They will try the same tactic because they seem to have the same tactic and nothing else. They do the same tactics and they look fucking pathetic. So another confidence boost is understanding that you can stand out, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You just gotta stop doing the same thing that other people are doing, and that's just the easiest thing ever. You know, you can just do better than everyone else. It's so easy. You look at the products still produced, to some extent, they're still bad. You can trust them 97% of the time. Wow, okay. But if you use the item for long enough, it falls apart. If you use the item for long enough in a way that you would like to use it, it falls apart. It doesn't serve you specifically, it serves masses, right? Whatever vision you have of that item is going to be not fulfilled, unfortunately. So yet again, your confidence gets boosted of like, there's something you can do. There's a vision of the item that you can bring to life. Unfortunately, you will have to break through all these stages, you know? You literally can't be trusted to release anything within first 3 days. Your version of you of like 3 days old, when you're just like making a game for 3 days, you can't be trusted unless you're very good at game jams. Okay, I'm speaking about making games right now. After 10 days, maybe something will happen, right? You should be able to trust yourself after 10 days if you are a skilled person, if you're an expert. Absolutely. After 30 days, it's very likely, if you truly dedicated 30 days to something, it's very likely to work out. And so on. 3 months, and so on. In order to ship a product, you need to times 10 the amount of effort. It's not going to be that easy. Or maybe twice the amount of effort, simply because there's just more layers to it. When you're actually selling the product, shipping it, there's different levels that you have to break through at the same time. Some things you cannot do alone that easily. They will drag you down. I don't know how people do shit in real life, to be honest. Because the hardest thing is to manage the damn thing, the activity that you're doing. You have to hire people, or you have to grab onto a business branch, but you have to know that it exists, and fucking pull it into a way that you're building Mr. Beast Burger branching, right, for yourself. And even if it falls apart, you still learn something. You learn how to do the damn thing. Well, I learned none of these things. Instead, I just built confidence, I guess. I built a confident vision of the future. I have to work with the resources I have. I don't have courage to just sniff out the nearest businessman who can offer me shit. Yeah, much more important thing of like, what would you say to yourself to wake up? To wake up and go to work. Actually break through this. Because last time we talked about this, like, you want more life. You want to do things faster. Speak faster, walk faster. All right, be more independent in terms of how you behave, because most people cannot be trusted. I mean, what's even worse is like it doesn't even matter what the condition of the world is. The world is going through an apocalypse. No, disapproval. That's it. That's all people know. Just like spread like the greatest disease of all time. Is that it's so easy to weed them out of your life. And also it kind of like establishes the care meter, right? There's definitely stuff in between. It gets more interesting when there's stuff in between that you find for yourself. Because the lowest of the low, they have to not pass any filters. They have to get smashed straight into a fucking tree. Stuff in between, you can now more confidently attempt to accept into your life. We can actually call this approach tactic because the way you're gonna approach a person from like which position of ego, because a person can just raise their ego, but if you're just gonna reject it, that's it. And you can violently reject it of like you remember their face, what community they come from, basically, how to identify a person, male, female. You can reject them as hard as you want. Alright? Now it's a fucking wall building game. Alright? From 0 to infinity. If they raise their ego too fucking high, or they even try to rob you, basically, you will identify of like, I hate people who dress black. You know? That's pretty fucking, like, I hate teenagers, I hate certain fucking age group, all that shit. You will start building walls. I technically now hate, short people. Yeah, those are the fucking scum of the earth, short people. I feel like I'm short, but Jesus Christ, man. Just to nail it down, guys, watch and learn. Okay, that's it. I don't know, but it's actually quite consistent, even male and female, genderless. This shit is genderless, my friends. Short people, they raise their egos all the time, and it's like, you know, it's cool, but for me, I'm an intellectual, so raising ego on me will still fucking hurt the same amount. I don't care about your fucking height. It fucking stinks, man. Well, yeah. Anyway, avoid short people. Yep. Maybe that's why women like tall men. Tall men are just cooler. Well, it sounds like discrimination. If it sounds like discrimination, You build your own fucking blacklist of what people to avoid and accept into your life. You know, you might end up racist, but that's what you gotta do to protect your country, for example. See, people scream racist when they want to destroy your defenses, and it's like, come on, man. If I can't be racist, then I will start hating children. Stop looking at me, child. How dare you? I will put up defenses against children. Don't walk in my direction, child. So no, you're not going to be racist if you actually built up your defenses correctly based on the experiences and not what people are trying to convince you to do, right? To pick a side or just believe in their advice doesn't matter. Your experiences matter more. Your experiences are the truth, the ultimate confidence factor, right? You need the truth. You need experience to lead you. And again, without experience, you wouldn't know that there's just haters in the world. When there's only haters in the world, you will finally relate to me and maybe fucking become nicer to me. Maybe you lower your ego. The shittiest people in the world have the highest egos. They think they're better than you in that particular moment when they talk to you. And that's about it. Hey, come here. Sometimes again, it's just a very insecure thing to do, so. And potentially they have to raise their egos to be potentially criminal, so you want to avoid people like that altogether. If they're hitting harder than you do, then it's not it. That's not it, bro. If they're hitting from above you, you just identify them and block them from your life as much as possible. Or as much as it makes sense to do. As I've said, like, the wall building is its own skill in a way. Anyways. So this is where we're going. This is the next step. Technically, yes. When you learn how to talk to yourself and push yourself hard and just constantly boost your confidence, you have to force that into you. You have to let the higher self-esteem speak to you. Not to other people. You're not better than other people. It doesn't fucking matter. Alright, the other people don't matter if they don't want to exist. They disappear without a trace. Like, I can try and tag a specific YouTuber over and over and over again. If they don't speak to me or they don't have, like, same level ego as me, like, there's no reason to start a conversation. Again, this system gets corrupted with lack of brain cells. People have very little variety of, like, what they like and what they dislike. If they feel bad about something, then they go to the extremes of disliking it. If they like something, they go to extremes of liking it. It's majority of people just have on and off switch. There's nothing in between. There's no judgment. Nothing going on there. No in between feelings. In between might just be silence. And if it's silence, then it doesn't even exist. If it doesn't make you do anything, it doesn't exist. So most people only have the extremes because the extremes make them feel just enough so they have an urge to act. It's so devastating, bro. It's so devastating. Just like when you get in trouble do you think twice of, like, oh shit, maybe I'll still run from police. Yeah, so much for thinking twice. You can go deeper and deeper into darkness. Like, there's generally, like, a social pressure limit to how kind, how simpy, and how criminal you can be. There's social pressure, but you can still push the limits beyond, and that gets scary, you know? Leaving a hate comment, I'm not gonna fucking trip over that. I'm not gonna fucking hurt my knee. But I have to retaliate. You are below my satisfaction level, and my level is completely level. All right? Actually, I would always like expect this, but I can't really. All right, my expectation completely level, completely zero. You have to be slightly positive, or you get banned. Very likely. That's why I build these things. That's why I build. To understand the truth, to build confidence. That's why I do the series. You have to start grinding for self improvement to understand what you're lacking in the first place. What is preventing you from doing the work? Maybe you're just not experienced in establishing the importance. Like, if you feel like what you have to do is important, you will be like a militant. You will wake up very early in the morning or whatever you can. You'll just wake up to do that one thing and then you go back to sleep. That is the fucking foundation of success, is to be able to truly dedicate yourself. You know, we know the truth now. We know that it's possible, and we know that most people are never gonna do it. Most people remain spectators of life, chugging beer and dying early death from drug overdose. Cheers for these people. It's almost like I mentioned last video. It's almost like while you have friends, they try to keep up. They try to keep up, man. They try to keep that friendship. But at some point, they just can't. They can't possibly keep up. And they taint themselves. They scratch themselves. And it's like, well, I'm trying, dude. I'm trying. But at some point, you will give up on them. You will have to let them go. Let them do stupid shit. Because they just can't keep up. They want to have fun in life. Their time is running out. They have nothing going on for them. They have no forward momentum, and they can't help you with anything. You know, you're not inspiring them to live a better life. At some point, you will find them going in a completely different direction, and just gotta fucking let them go. It is what it is. It fucking sucks. You throw rocks as a way of saying goodbye, because there's nothing else to fucking say. You will never see them again. It's just a fucking waste of a relationship because they couldn't keep up. Because they're fucking weak pieces of shit. Anytime this happens, should boost your confidence even more. The confidence boosters. Is that the episode? It must be. You know? Having strategy is a confidence booster. Accepting reality is a confidence booster. Alright. Mostly reality will come with the truth. Mostly, anytime you do something, you will find yourself higher and higher level of importance that will boost your confidence, wake you up every single time to do that thing. Like, I can tell you how to go to sleep, but to wake up, you need to know. You need to know to do that. You need to feel that important that you will sleep later. It's like, you have to feel like this. Like you're charging a battery, right? Alright, I got 20% battery. Let's fucking go. You drain the battery the moment you notice that you have battery. Because if you actually pay attention, you will see, like, okay, I have 28% battery. When you ask yourself, how much battery do you have, you will always give yourself a different amount. And technically, you can't even ask yourself how much battery you have, because the real answer is not going to be numbers. It's just going to be amount of excuses and tiredness. And this is like, you don't know. So in reality, you don't even know. You maybe just like know whether it's a 1-digit number or a 2-digit number. And you just send it. Fuck it, send it. You know basically how many hours of sleep you got. I got 3 hours of sleep. Okay, let's go. Let's fucking go. I got myself a nap. There's a nap and there's a sleep. Nap is 2 hours. Sleep is 5+ hours. And completely two different things. Somehow. Very distinct. So they give you a different amount of, charge. But there's like additional effects, like, again, whether the day was stressful, whether you have worked previous day and you kind of like want a day off. Like there's factors, so you can technically calculate the battery. But anytime you see like there's kind of enough battery, there's roughly battery in this. If you're truly honest with yourself, you would just send it to work. Okay, drain your fucking battery. And even though it seems scary to drain it completely to like a 0%, it's never gonna happen. You're gonna like fall asleep at 5%, Like, you won't be able to stand up. This is why I do the stand-up PC. I know when I'm tired, but when I go to bed, I still have battery left. And also, it drains my battery a little bit faster when I'm standing up. But at the same time, it comes with it in a form of exercise. So I'm multitasking, guys. Multitasking, and I'm more active. I have more life. I can go to a different room whenever I feel like it. I have to go to pee. I go there faster. I have to grab a sandwich. I go there faster. This is a perfect fucking setup. This is perfect work stands. Stands to do work. And you can do even more intense exercise, like the upper body exercise also needs to be there. Maybe you fucking get a punching bag. I don't know. Or you choose the same thing where you just grab onto your fist and then you can do just some very, very generic exercises. I've shown you this, and this is just the best thing ever. So yeah, I'll repeat it again. If you're doing a standing up PC setup, or just put more pressure when you're working on something, when you go to bed, the pressure is off and you get a little bit of more battery access before you go to sleep. So you get to do something sweet. You have just enough energy to like watch 1/3 of a movie or something. Or just corn, because it's in first place, guys. Yeah, confidence comes from letting go of unnecessary routines. Like, again, if your teeth can repair faster when you're just doing more exercise, taking more steps, the only thing you have to do is boost the amount of life you live, not the amount of brushes. There's this being advertised, and I'm like, I don't care, dude. I don't care that much. It's as convenient as lazy as it can possibly be, and I feel like it's just not gonna work. I actually don't have confidence in something like that. In fact, why not just think about this as something that would break your teeth? Now that is a more likely scenario, actually. My confidence is in water. Water, just mouth washing is the best feeling thing that can possibly hurt you, so that works. Again, I wish I had all these advices when I was younger, but there is never a special moment for you to start living life. Gary has just one thing going for him, only one advice of like, hey guys, I have been born when I was 50 years old. That's when I came out of my mom's womb and instantly became famous. Absolutely. And it's almost like how is this even an advice? Aren't you like encouraging people to just wait? To be more lazy? And the advice is quite not there. Just a boost of confidence for people who think they're gonna be late to the party. They should still be confident. It's fine. You can pick yourself up. I will give you the opposite example of Mr. Beast is younger than most people. Okay, 6 years younger than me, I believe. Than most people. Why? Why is he successful? Because he picked up YouTube. YouTube is all about new technologies. It's all about young people in general. Of course he's going to attract a big audience because he's the most relatable person, right? He knows what he's doing. He knows what the audience wants, and he's young enough to adopt that one technology to its core, basically. Then you can think about it of like, would Mr. Beast be a good radio host? Probably not. Probably at 15 years old, people just gonna laugh at him. I'm like, what? I'm not gonna listen to some 15-year-old. Doesn't feel right, right? But a 15-year-old YouTuber is kind of fine. It's kind of, he's still harvesting an audience, is still doing his thing. 15-year-old's not gonna fucking listen to radio. So you pick up this technology. If you're a young person, you pick up your level of technology. If you want things fast, right? If you're desperate, if you want to offload a lot of effort, you pick up on something that, man, I will see this thumbnail now. This fucking sucks. Mr. Beast is turning into a fucking clown at this point. Bro is smiling and now has muscles on his mouth. That's also weird. This is some new fucking thing that celebrities are doing. Where do they get all these muscles? Do they have like extra teeth? What's going on, dude? So yeah, like it shouldn't be surprising that TikTokers who are also super famous are also young. Is that surprising to you guys? When you know the truth, when you figure shit out, you gain that boost of confidence. If you're just gonna talk about space and science, I don't know, man. There ain't not much confidence in there, to be honest. It's just a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Maybe you'll find friends though. Maybe it's like an extrovert version of confidence. Or just like talk whatever other people are talking about. So yeah. Look at all these sources of confidence, right? Telling yourself that you have battery. Doesn't matter how much battery you have, you can spend it saving humanity. I love this. I love this video. I love how far we went into max stats episodes, right? We fucking grinding that shit. Because it makes a difference in my life. I don't think it's even a stat. Confidence? I didn't even say it's a stat. That's crazy. There's a Steam stat. But confidence is different, my friends. It's a little bit different. And again, I have this, I have confidence. I'm actually not sure what the third stat is, because I should still have it. A little bit. Maybe based on like the parents that I hold hostage in this relationship, they can't keep up. But it still matters, like what the improvement is. I should still be able to see a difference. Every single year, my confidence should still continue growing. My intelligence should grow. And a little bit of the other stuff. You can see when I got knocked out. Alright, I was doing my work for this much time, for 14 days straight. I got knocked out. And then I started spamming videos because I have nothing better to do. My soul is trapped in the lower vibrations. Besides, I found 2 enemies to change my mind about. I was in fact busy. But yeah, every single time you cross this bridge, you also gain confidence. Why not? Remind that to yourself. That confidence makes it happen, but confidence also establishes itself when you cross this bridge, when you jump into work and do the right thing. Maybe there is another level of this. It's a little bit weird. Like, if we're talking about Mr. Beast, we can talk about the challenge, right? Where there's no going back. You accept the challenge. And challenge means not only you're gonna work for a certain amount of time. Usually every day you work X amount of hours. If it's like more than 1 hour, then it fucking counts and you go to the next day. Right? Just 1 hour of work a day, making it a routine, you stretch it out, you get more comfortable. You understand that it's a part of your routine to achieve this, to use your batteries not just to live life, but to actually work. This is a whole next level, bro. Now, challenge, I don't know if this is real, but when I was doing Game Jam, of course, it's different. It hits different. When you have a specific goal of like, you have 10 days, you have to finish something, it's quite more intense. I actually don't recommend this. I don't know if this works yet. Maybe it's just beyond my understanding. Maybe it's just something I will unlock. Super Saiyan Blue? I don't know, dude. You know, after Super Saiyan beats Frieza, then comes the Cell saga. And Cell is like, hey guys, I have a challenge for you. And Vegeta is like, nah, this challenge was too easy. You have to reach perfect form. Yeah. The reason why Perfect Cell even exists because Vegeta let him exist. Vegeta was fucking cocky on this bad boy. Well, some people accept the challenge but never complete the challenge. And is there something beyond that? Please don't. Please don't do this, okay? Don't do this to me. I don't know, I have a perfect ending, maybe.
Number 1. Game over.
I love how such a walking corpse is like raising ego in this song. But you still at the start. Man, these Disney princesses, they are such anomalies because they were put in the sky. They still had to work, but they're almost like piggybacking themselves in case they don't work. It's almost like Dove just woke up as like, well, I have to tell people that, you know, I'm still ahead of most of them. Don't be too confident because you're a fucking idiot. You know, if you do this and you pretend that something happened, this is what the world looks like. It's raised ego to millions and billions of dollars when all they offer you is just piece of stinking fruit. Man, this is crazy. Crazy state of the world, man. So don't let them break down your confidence to the point where you feel like doing the same thing. You feel like trolling more than actually being fucking normal. Again, this is just how I lost all my friends, but there was hope to get some new ones, you know? I just have to jump over the fence where I'm actually delivering the goods. And for the time being, I'll be completely isolated and alone, my friends. It's gonna be rough. See, the confidence is also gonna like break you up. This is a source of confidence because not only you have to accept the reality, you have to accept the reality when you see it happening, but you still have to pull the trigger, you know? And you can only pull the trigger if there's no gravity to this reality, right? Your friend will still have to try and pull the trigger as well. Just pull you out of your path. Because you might actually be, over your heads. You might be exaggerating things. You might not speak the truth. But they tried and it did not work. It didn't change me whatsoever. That is crazy though. This is talking about exact relationship then. I can see why you held on so long. Wow.
I can see why you held on so hard. Baby, I ain't under pressure, I pretend to sender.